Welcome back. We're coming up on that time of year for Small Business Saturday. American Express launched the initiative in 2010, coming out of the financial crisis, to promote holiday shopping at mom and pop stores. And it's really taken off. I see it everywhere now. CNBC's Sara Eisen caught up with AMEX CEO Steve Squeri and brand ambassador and Broadway star Lin-Manuel Miranda, who also owns the drama bookstore in Times Square. And they discussed the importance of shopping small.
We bought the place 2 years ago, and it took a while to get it up and running again. This place was ready to go for summer 2020, and the world was not ready in summer 2020. So we just reopened this year, and it's been amazing to watch as Broadway comes back, the customers coming back, because this is a destination for anyone who loves theater. All of the greatest theater is on the shelves all around you.
You know, Steve, I feel like the issue for small business, while everybody agrees, support your small business, go. The issue is not so much demand, is it? It's more, can these businesses bring back workers? Can they deal with supply chain issues and inflation and all these other headaches that businesses are facing right now?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head. I think the issue that small businesses are facing right now is not people wanting to shop. It's, can you get the goods in the store? Can you get people to work in your small businesses? We've seen a lot of restaurants that have had to cut back on their hours because they can't get workers. And then the other part, with inflation, you're seeing the price of goods. You know, obviously, there's lower supply and there's more demand. The price is going to go up. Can they get the funding to be able to purchase the goods for resale? We saw that a lot during the pandemic. I mean, everybody bought a bicycle. Even if you didn't buy a Peloton, you wound up going and buying a regular bicycle that you could actually ride around the streets.
If you could get it.
If you could get it, but you couldn't get it. And so that was a supply chain issue, and it put a lot of pressure on a lot of these stores. So I think that's what small businesses are really struggling with today. It's, can they get the goods? Do they have the money to pay for the goods? And can they get people to work in the stores? And that's something that we need to solve.
The other thing I was thinking about, Lynn, is you mentioned Broadway. In New York City and a lot of cities, it's really about the ecosystem of interconnected businesses. Broadway shuts down, and then the dry cleaners and the restaurants and everything attached to that. Absolutely. So what do we do to support all that? Yeah,
and I can't tell you how many of my favorite sort of pre-show and post-show restaurants have closed because there wasn't the ecosystem of, we're going to go get a meal and then we're going to go see a Broadway show, particularly here in the theater district. We're very lucky to be back. And, I think it's just about that extra step of mindfulness, when everything is one click away with some of these things, to take the second step of actually, if I walk 5 blocks, I can get the same thing right here, and making sure to support local businesses, because so often too, if you're supporting a local business in your neighborhood, you're also supporting your neighbor. A lot of us live in the same neighborhoods and cities where our businesses are, and so you're putting money back into your neighborhood.
Small business, as we're here talking about it, has been a relative bright spot for you during the pandemic.
Yeah, small businesses have been very resilient. And I think, when people think about small businesses, they tend to think about, the retail shop or the restaurant or the bookstore. But, small businesses come in all shapes and sizes: lawyers, dentists, HVAC, plumbing, and things like that. And how many of us during this pandemic didn't have a plumber or an electrician or an air conditioning guy at our house because we were using those things a lot more? And so for us, small businesses have been very resilient across a wide dimension, and I think that will continue.
How much runway for growth is there in that part of the business?
There's a lot of runway for growth because you're seeing, for us anyway, you're seeing more conversion from checks and cash to cards. I look at runway for growth a little bit differently. I look at it 2 ways. Is there just regular growth, and then is there growth for the type of spending that we do?